Let's kick off with the information flow out of the US. We had that industrial production number weaker than expected, but then we had PPI coming out relatively subdued, showing that there's literally no inflation in the US.
Yeah, Bronwyn, good evening. I mean, tying pretty much, as you said, in line with what we've been hearing out of the American Federal Reserve, there appears to be very little inflation concerns. Rates are probably going to stay sort of low for longer if these sort of numbers are anything to go by. I mean, PPI, strip out food and energy, actually down 0.6, expected to be up 0.1. So very deflationary numbers, and as I said, ties in line with these rates are going to stay artificially low for probably another year or so.
Well, let's focus now on this excess liquidity problem that we're sitting with. People are not deploying their money. They're going to get 0% in terms of interest rates. It looks as though a lot of that money is going into gold because that's holding up despite the US dollar going stronger today.
A lot of factors out of sync. The American sort of the T-bond, the long-dated bond, has actually been rallying the last couple of days, which doesn't tie up the yields. Been actually going up. It's coming off, which should be the other way around. Equity markets hitting new highs, gold hitting new highs over at 1130 last night. A lot of key factors that normally are in correlation are out of whack at the moment.
Let's come to the South African market and how these fundamentals in the US market are going to impact us locally. Of course, we held up today, up 0.5% when we've got those international markets under pressure.
Well, we certainly seem to be a recipient of some sort of flight to risky assets. There's no doubt about it. Again, and look at certainly, I'm sure today's interest rate decision had a bit of a bearing too. We're still one of the high yielding emerging market currencies out there. We're still receiving, foreigners were net buyers of South African equities last week, and you can see that in the market flow. Today a fairly sort of a soft day across Europe, and yet South Africa was still quite big.
Let's pick up on a theme. Earlier I was speaking to Sam Hooley, Investec Asset Management, head of equities. He's saying that over the last 30 days, the trend of the market has largely been driven by 5 stocks: Naspers, SAB, Richemont, and of course Anglo American and BHP Billiton. Those 2 stocks making up 40% of the market. That is what has been driving the market, and the broader market has really been tracking sideways.
Pretty much, and I'll probably throw MTN in the pot there too. I mean, MTN making up, I think, 12 or 13% of the volume a couple of days ago. Those 5 or 6 counters definitely driving. The broader market has actually been fairly flat. I mean, you look at a couple of counters, certainly the financials, some of the insurance companies, they're sitting at the same levels they've been on, pretty much range bound. But Anglo American and Billitons, whenever that dollar, until we see that dollar starting to strengthen, which incidentally we did see a slight turnaround against the euro today, those are going to carry on pushing higher as people try and, the same way we used to buy rand hedges, well, people are starting to buy dollar hedges now. They're buying sort of dollar-denominated assets like.
Just focusing on Anglo American again, going back to what Sam was saying, at 328 rand. Of course, the stock has rallied. He's saying it's looking relatively vulnerable at these levels.
I think vulnerable is being nice. I think it's overbought by any stretch of the imagination. But until we see that sort of trend turning, it's one of our most dominant resource stocks. There's a hunger for resources as long as these commodities keep running, and the money's going to flow in there. Plus, they've been upgraded. Anglo American is a classic example, upgraded by most of the big houses to an overweight. And until they finish their road shows, until they've finished, punting that stock around, that stock's going to stay firm.
I know you've mentioned MTN. Let's just go back to it at 117 rand or thereabouts. How are you playing the stock?
Cautiously, I think there's still value. I think in the lower levels, if around the 114s, I'd be picking
at
up.
At 119.78 today.
Yeah, a little bit rich for me. I mean, I guess question marks. Is it a growth stock still? There's no doubt about it. The South African market is becoming pretty saturated on the cell phone side. Plus, there's a lot of political noise happening around the interconnecting fees, and I guess.
And the news flow yesterday. I mean, they are laying off 403 people on a permanent.
Absolutely, 7% of their workforce going. So, interesting enough, Brian, quite a contrast with MTN saying things are quite bad in South Africa. We're laying off 7% of our workforce. Yet yesterday, every other counter was up besides MTN. So a little bit of, I think maybe a little bit of realism. You could look quite a bit into those numbers. Things aren't quite as rosy as it looks.